Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today this is my first video of Let's Study with Me part 1, and we have a new video that is based on discourse. Discourse, this is a topic of NLP, and NLP, that is natural language processing. These notes are provided to me by my teacher. So side by side I will study and we will build a grip on it. So watch the video in order to understand the concept. So what is discourse? Basically discourse, that is, in every language we have some related group of sentences. For example, if I am writing Tashneet is a girl, she is a good girl, she is very intelligent, like these all are sentences. These all sentences are related to each other. So each language have related group of sentences, and such type of group of sentences that are related to each other are referred to as discourse. नेक्स्ट वी हैव इज डिस्कोर्स. दो तरीके के डिस्कोर्स हो सकते हैं. एक हमारे पास है मोनोलॉग और एक हमारे पास है डायलॉग. मोनोलॉग क्या होता है कि these are characterized by speaker and a hearer, like it's a conversation based, right? तो the conversation based नहीं होता. Sorry, monologue is when the communication flows in one direction, that is from speaker to hearer. और dialogue ਹੁੰਦਾ है कि अगर हमारी conversation is from speaker to hearer. Dialogue is conversation, whereas monologue is just from one person, you are listening. And for example, अगर कोई speech दे रहा है तो वो monologue हो जाएगी, या वो बंदा speech दे रहा है for 1 hour, he's continuously speaking and you are hearing, right? Unlike a typical monologue, dialogues generally consist of many different types of communicative acts. Dialogue the which can, like, that we can ask questions, we can give answers, we can make the corrections and so on, right? For example, a telephone conversation between a human travel agent and a human client. This is a dialogue, right? And properties of human conversation. We call each contribution a turn. Exactly. If I am speaking, then next is your turn. Like, you have to answer. If I have asked you a question, you're giving an answer for that question. So that builds a conversation. As if conversation was a kind of game where everyone takes turns. What is discourse? As I mentioned, discourse is the related group of sentences, and such type of group of sentences are referred to as discourse. We will also learn a better definition in the further slides. Okay, so this is a conversation or a dialogue. Speech acts. Now, what are the dialogue acts? What are the type of dialogues? There are basically 4 types: constitutives, directives, commissives, and acknowledgement. Now, what is constitutives? Constitutives is committing the speaker to something's being the case. That is, if we are answering, if we are claiming for something, if we are confirming that it is more like a positive note. We are giving a positive note on the speaker's conversation, right? We are agreeing to the speaker or we are disagreeing to the speaker. So committing the speaker to something's being the case, right? For example, if I said, yes, I am, yes, I'll be there. So this is a constitutive. Next is if it is a directives. Directives is attempts made by the speaker to get the addressee to do something. We are giving a direction that you have to direct. If you're giving, yes, move to the right, move to the left. If you are advising, if you are asking, if you are inviting, yes, if we are inviting, like for example, we can say, you have to come tomorrow for the party. This is like a directive. Constitutive is committing the speaker to something being the case. Directive is attempting by the speaker to get the addressee to do something. Next is commissive. Commissioning is the type of dialogue act where the speaker is committing to a future course of action. For example, he's promising, I will complete the work by tomorrow. I promise you to do so. Like if he's planning, commissive, he's planning for some future course of action, right? And acknowledgement, like we are acknowledging the fact that he has taken some good that he has done a good cause. We are acknowledging the speaker, we are appreciating the speaker. That is acknowledgement. For example, apologizing, greeting, thanking, accepting, and acknowledgement. Okay, next comes turn up the music. Now, for directive is ordering, planning, ordering, advising, asking. Requesting, so turn up the music. This is order. This is directive. What day in May do you want to travel? You're asking. That is directive. Next, I need to travel in May. This is a positive note of conversation. That is constative. Thanks. That is acknowledgement. So these are the speech acts. We can give this uh, as an example if the question comes in exam. What are the speech acts? So turn up the music. What day in May are you planning to travel? I need to travel in May. Then thanks. Right? Constative, directive, commissive, and acknowledgement. Next is what is grounding. Yeah, so uh, grounding is, as the name suggests, we are setting a ground level. We are setting a base level for the conversation. So participants in a conversation or any joint activity need to establish a common ground for a conversation to build on, for a conversation to be end on like a conversation, that it is a two-side conversation. We have to build a common ground, we have to build a common base for a conversation, and that is termed as grounding. So in order the participants in conversation or any joint activity need to establish a common ground, that is agents performing an action require evidence sufficient for current purposes that they have succeeded in performing it. So speech is an action too. So speakers need to ground each other on their utterances. Grounding is acknowledging that the hearer has understood and the speaker has conveyed their messages successfully. Right? So we are acknowledging the fact that the hearer has understood and the speaker has also given, or speaker is able to successfully deliver his message to the hearer. So this is what grounding means. Grounding is relevant for human-machine interactions. And you said you're returning on May 15. Ah, okay. Yeah, at the end of the day. Okay. So this is establishing a common ground for a conversation. Did you want to review some more of your profile? No. What's next? This is for the this is important for the computers too. Next is conversation have a structure, right? Local structure between adjacent speech acts from the field of conversation analysis. Like, yes, so what does this mean is, this is very simple, that each conversation have a structure, each dialogue has a structure. For example, if you are asking a question, then the hearer will give its answer, right? These are called as adjacency pairs. Okay, so whenever we are analyzing a conversation, there is an established structure between these conversations, and the structure is termed as adjacency pair. And for example, there is a pair of question and answer, proposal, acceptance or rejection, then compliment or downplay. Compliment is nice jacket. Oh, this whole thing, that is downplay. Next is we have conversational agents. Conversational agents are like Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant, chatbots. Now, there are two types of conversational agents, task-based and chatbots. Chatbots are like ਜਿਹੜੇ कि हमारी conversation को informally mimic करते हैं just for fun or even for therapy. So chatbots mimic our conversation informally just for human chatting, and they can do it for fun or for human therapy. Whereas the second type of conversational agents that do a conversation with a human, but they are not the actual human. We will continue this video in the second part.